Well, whether you're choosing a surgeon to perform an operation or picking a financial advisor to trust with your retirement savings, it's important to do your research when making those big decisions.
Here to tell us more this morning is Jim Heafner, president of Heafner Financial. He's a certified financial planner and is known as Carolina's retirement coach. Jim, welcome to Charlotte today.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Guys.
All right, you've got a different approach to retirement planning than most advisors. Help us understand options that consumers have when looking for a financial planner.
Well, in my experience, most consumers gravitate to the big firms, the big box retail financial firms, like the Merrill Lynch's and the Wells Fargo's and the Morgan Stanley's and Raymond James, because they know their name. And because I think they assume if they're that big, they must be good. In my experience, the best planning comes from firms that focus on education and research. And that's counterindicative, or it doesn't happen that much in the big firms. Let me give you an analogy. So 2 weeks ago, I was in San Francisco having my right knee replaced. So now this is not the norm, right?
Okay, let me just interrupt you. 2 weeks ago, you had your knee replaced. You should not even be walking. You should be home in bed laid up.
Right, that's what you think. That's
exactly
the norm, right?
That's the norm. That's
so
normal.
The norm with knee replacement surgery is that you're out of work for 4 to 6 weeks.
Easy.
Right? And then you can't do your normal activities for 6 months. Right? So here's my experience. I had surgery April 10th at noon. By 6 o'clock, my wife and I were out at a restaurant in Fremont, California, having dinner. 3 days later, I'm working. And now in 4 more weeks, I'm planning to be water skiing and playing tennis all out. That's my expectation.
Okay, that seems so hard to believe because you hear these stories about people who have their knees replaced and it takes weeks and weeks, sometimes months. What is the difference? Why are you able to be up and around so quickly?
That is the norm. My brother just had his done. Same thing. 5 months out, he's almost getting back to where he was. Well, so the difference is I chose an independent surgeon in San Francisco who is free to do his own research and come up with ways that are robotic surgery, minimally invasive, that you don't get elsewhere. Now, I sit down and talk to 7 other surgeons. We have some great surgeons here in Charlotte. The problem is every one of them works for the large hospital group. There are no independents. At least I couldn't find, except for Dr. Stone in San Francisco, I couldn't find an independent surgeon who's free to go do his own research. Same with financial planning. Most financial planners work for the big machines where the focus is on profit. You know, when you give up your independent practice as a surgeon or a doctor or a financial planner and you go work for the big boxes, your desire to help your client must take a back seat to the business model of the big company. And that is, unfortunately, in America, profit. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, so you don't want a cardiologist working on your knee. You want an orthopedic surgeon working on your knee. Is it the same way I need to find somebody in the financial industry to do my work on my portfolio, my retirement?
Exactly. And you want not just a specialist who does just that one thing, but you need to go do some research and find out who is independent, who can go do their own research, who has time and is allowed to do their research, and then once they find a solution, who is allowed by the employer, and hopefully they have none, and they can do whatever they think is best for you, not just I tell you, these big systems is volume. Get them in, get them out, and it's the same darn surgery for everybody.
And at Heafner Financial, it is not like that. You do not operate that way.
Right. I'm an independent. I don't report to anybody. I'm a fiduciary. I recommend you work with a fiduciary who's got to do what's in your best interest. And I'm a certified financial planner. I have skills. So whether you work with me or anybody else, do that research. Find that doctor or planner who really can do his own research and bring to you what's best for you, not what his employer says to do.
That's what Jim and his team will do for you. If you're planning for retirement, it's important to sit down with a trusted financial planner like Jim. Call Heafner Financial. The first 5 qualified callers will receive a complimentary, no-obligation financial review. The number, 704-552-1230. You must have a minimum of $500,000 in assets to qualify. Again, the phone number to call, 704-552-1230. or you can visit Jim's website if you like. It's you'lljustknow.com, you'lljustknow.com. Jim Heafner, good to see you. I'm glad you've healed so quickly.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing, amazing.
Moving around, I know.
All right, well, coming